What if I tell you that you can run your Claude model locally on your own machine without sending a single prompt to the internet? Hey everyone, welcome back to Technical Potpourri. If you care about privacy, cost, or want to build some AI-powered app without relying on the external API, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to talk about a game-changing update. Running Claude model locally using Ollama. What I'll cover, what this feature is, when you should use that, what are the things that you need to keep in mind, and finally, a real-world project that I'll be building using Claude model running on Ollama on my local machine. So let's dive in. What does running Claude model locally using Ollama mean? Traditionally, Claude models from Anthropic were only accessible via cloud APIs, internet connections, paid usage limits, and sending your data outside your system. But Ollama is changing that. With Ollama, what you can do, download the Claude model, run it locally on your machine, interact via CLI, REST API, or some application that you will build on your local machine, and keep your data totally on your local machine without exposing the data to the outside world. And for all of this, you don't need to pay any subscription. So cost is zero. So no cloud, no API key, and no data leaving your machine. This is local first AI, and it's a big deal. So let me explain you the high level architecture. As you can see in the screen, Ollama acts as a local model runtime here. And then all the cloud models are optimized and packaged for local execution. As you can see here, these are all the optimized cloud models that you will download using Ollama. And then you will run your prompts in these areas. These are the user interfaces. You can run your prompts using terminal, REST API, using any custom app or desktop apps. And then what it will do, it will use Ollama runtime to access the Claude model. So think of Ollama as the Docker for all your LLMs, but in a very simpler way. As you can see, with Ollama, you can package and run any LLMs. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can run Claude, but any LLMs you can run. Models will run locally. Basically, you will download on your machine and they will run locally. And it provides a consistent interface. Interface is not going to change because you are using your terminal or the REST API, and those are mostly consistent. So let's imagine Ollama as the Docker for our LLMs. With that, let me show you how you can configure that. The first thing that you need to do, you need to go to ollama.com and you need to download. And once you download, you need to install this Ollama in a traditional way. Like it's the same process. There is nothing new. So I've already downloaded that Ollama in my machine. So let me bring the terminal and show you how you can verify whether Ollama is installed or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my terminal here. Once Ollama is installed, if you come to your terminal and type Ollama, it will show you all the commands. It means Ollama has been successfully installed. But that doesn't mean that Ollama is running. You need to start running the Ollama. So what I'm doing here in my MacBook, I am opening the Ollama app. So once you open the Ollama app, this is how it will look like. It is loading all the models here. It is taking a little bit of time, but very soon it will be done. Yep, as you can see here, you can find all the models. Okay, but there is another way to verify that Ollama is running. By running the command, it means Ollama has been installed successfully. Installation doesn't mean that it's running. So for running, you need to open the Ollama. And once you open the Ollama app, you can go to your terminal and execute localhost on port 11434, and you will find this prompt, or you'll find this message that Ollama is running. It means that Ollama is installed and running successfully on your local machine. So that's the step number one. Step number two is downloading the Claude model. So I'm going to show you that now. So for that, if you open this page, which is basically docs.ollama.com integration Claude code, and all the link I'll put in the description of this video. You can definitely check that out. You will find that this is the place where it is telling how you can download the Claude model and use that inside your Ollama. So basically, depending on whether you are using Mac or Windows, this is the command which you need to run from your terminal. So I've already installed Claude Code in my machine, so I'm not going to do that. Once you have done that, then you need to do the quick setup. But before doing the quick setup, the model that are being recommended are these are the 4 models. I'm using this model, but I'm going to show you the model. So if you go back to the Ollama and search for the model here, so I'm using this model. And if you see here, this model will take 19 GB of your storage from your local machine, 198K context. So if you open this model, it is telling it's 19 GB is the space. It will take 29.9 billion parameters. Okay, so with that, the way to install this model is basically run this command on the terminal. I've already installed that in my local machine. So once you install that, you go back to your terminal, and here if you type Ollama followed by list, it will tell you that what are the models that you have installed. So in my case, I've already installed this one, GLM 4.7 flash model, and 19 GB is the space that it took from my local machine. Okay, with that, let's go back here. Now my Ollama is installed, my Claude model is downloaded, and Claude is also installed. Those these are the 3 prerequisites. Once with that, what I need to do, I need to launch the Claude. But before launching the Claude, what I need to do, I need to come to this Ollama app, and here I need to go to the settings, and here the context length. When you install that, it might be 8K or 16K. So recommendation is make it 64K so that it can work. Okay, with that, let's go and execute this command. You don't need to execute this command every time. Once you have done, you need to continue with this. Okay, one thing that I need to mention you, these are the steps which we need to perform to put Ollama as part of your environment variable so that you can access that from anywhere. It doesn't mean like you need to go to that particular folder and access Ollama. By adding that into the environment variable, you can execute this Ollama command from anywhere. So just copy paste this command. I've already done that. I'm not showing this now. But with the assumption that you have done that, the thing that you need to do, you need to execute this command. And this is something that you need to do once to choose your model. Or if you have already selected your model and you want to change the model, then also you need to do that. So let me show you that. So once you come here, this is the terminal. Let me make it a little big and clear it. Okay. So once you copy paste this command and execute, it is telling I have only one model, but if you have multiple models, it will show you all the models and tell you to select. So I'm selecting this model here and enter. It's asking for a confirmation to launch the Claude code, which I say yes, and it's launching the Claude code. Yes, I trust the folder, and here is the Claude code. As you can see, this is the model that I'm using, API usage billing, and this is my location where it is running. Here, if I put slash, I can run all the comments. For example, if I put context, it is telling me this is a context usage. So now basically what I'm telling is that I'm ready to run my prompt against Claude model, which is running locally using Ollama on my machine. So let's test that. Let's give a very basic command. What is today's date? Let's execute that. So starting generating, as you can see the clock here, 38 seconds, 39 seconds. So I'll fast forward and come back once the answer is ready. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, it's telling today's date is February 4th, 2026. And it took 4 minutes, 50 seconds to give me the answer. Definitely not something expected, right? For a simple question like this, if it is taking 4 minutes of time, definitely not expected. But you need to understand, you are running this on your local machine and it's taking all the configuration from your machine. So depending on how advanced your machine configuration is that, it will take longer time or it might take smaller time. Okay, with that, let me open my Visual Studio Code and show you how you can use that to understand the code in your local project. As you can see, I have opened my Visual Studio Code and I have this Node.js project here. And what I am doing is that I am opening up Claude. But this time, as you can see, I have not given the config option because I've already selected the model. So I'm just giving this command and it's launching the Claude code. So everything looks good. Now let's say this is a JS file and I want to understand what is the logic written inside this file. So what I can do, I can copy the relative path and I can put a comment here is that explain me the logic inside the file, and I'll put the relative path here and press enter. And what Claude is doing this time, Claude is running locally using Ollama on my machine to go through this code and understand what is being written inside this code, what is basically the logic. It's a controller file with an express.js API, and these are the different imports from line number 1 to 6. That's perfectly fine. This is greater. This is the one for each of these get latest release. This is the function from line number 10 to 18, which is absolutely correct. And exactly this is what it's doing. So far, my impression is good. Even though it's taking a little bit of more time, but I'm okay because I'm not paying anything. It's literally running on my local machine, helping me to understand the code. So now let me go to my color picker folder and open the Claude again. So now I'm inside my color picker and I'm going to give a prompt to let Claude know that I would like to build an app, a very simple color picker app. So here is my prompt: create a simple Node.js web application using Express that function as a color picker. So let's go and press enter. And Claude is reading my prompt and trying to implement this simple Node.js color picker app. So I'll fast forward and come back once the app is ready and I'll show you how Claude behaved, how long it took. So seems like the result came back and it took 5 minutes 43 seconds to create this app. So let me open this in the terminal and I'll follow the instruction to run the application. Okay, and then I'll go to color picker, and inside this I am going to install npm first. It's installing the npm and then I will start, and then I will open this URL inside my Chrome. Okay, so I'm going to put that, and looks like my color picker is ready. So here I can choose different color and copy the hex code, and it's been copied. So literally I've used the Claude, which is running on my local machine through Ollama, and created this very simple color picker app. Okay, before I finish, there are a few things which I like to share with you. So let me bring my note and share that with you. When you should use Claude locally. So this is, first of all, this is not for everyone. So let's be very practical. Okay. So you should use Claude locally when you want to handle some sensitive data. You want a developer experimentation. For example, you want to create some POC, right? You can use that. You are building some internal tool. You want predictable cost, basically zero cost, because you are using Ollama locally on your machine. And you need offline AI access, because everything is running locally on your machine. You don't need an internet connection to use Claude. So these are the few scenarios where you can definitely use Claude locally. When to avoid? You should avoid that when you are using the largest Claude model, because largest Claude model means it needs a huge context window, lot of spaces, and it might not be compatible with the configuration that you have on your local machine. So these are the scenarios where you should definitely avoid running Claude on the local machine. But if your use case is, I don't want to spend some money on the subscription and I want to do some POC kind of activity, I want to use Claude locally and I don't need internet access, then these are the scenarios where you should definitely use Claude on your local machine using Ollama. So with that, if you care about privacy, cost, and your own control, then running Claude Model using Ollama on your local machine is definitely something that you should explore. Finally, if you found this video helpful, please hit the like icon, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that next time when I'll publish videos like this covering different AI topics on Technical Potpourri, I want you to be notified first. Till my next video on Technical Potpourri, stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.